Dear students, in this video lecture, we will learn how to find out velocity ratios for an epicyclic gear train. There are two methods for calculation. First one is algebraic method and the second one is the tabular method. The tabular method is discussed here. An epicyclic gear train with gears A and B and arm is shown here. We will be using three steps. The first one, arm is fixed and gear A is turned with one rotation in anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise rotations are assumed to be positive and clockwise rotations are assumed as negative. Using earlier discussion, for gear pair AB, we can write NA upon NB is equal to TB upon TA, where NA and NB are the speeds of gear A and gear B, and TB and TA are the number of teeth on gear B and gear A respectively. Therefore, NB will be equal to TA upon TB into NA. Now, if gear A turns with plus one rotation, that is one rotation in anti-clockwise direction, then NB will be equal to TA upon TB into 1. So that's equal to minus TA upon TB. Negative sign is introduced here because as gear A turns in anti-clockwise direction, gear B will turn in clockwise direction. So, if gear A turns with plus one rotation, gear B will turn with minus TA upon TB rotations. Let's put motion of each member in this table. So, first one is arm, which is fixed, and gear A is turned with plus one rotation. Since arm C is fixed, we will enter 0 there, which symbolizes no motion. Gear A has been given plus one rotation, so plus one will be written in gear A column, and gear B will turn with minus TA upon TB rotations, that's written in the last column. Now let's go for the second step. We will be keeping arm fixed again and will be turning gear A with plus X rotation, that is X number of rotations in anti-clockwise direction. In this case, gear B will turn with minus TA upon TB into X number of rotations. Let's enter this in the second row of the table. So, condition of motion is arm is fixed and gear A is turned with plus X rotations. Once again, arm is fixed, so 0 in arm C column. Gear A has turned through plus X rotation and gear B will be turning with minus TA upon TB into X rotations. In the third step, let's add plus Y rotations to all elements, that is arm C, gear A and gear B. Finally, the total motion will be calculated. So the total motion for arm C will be 0 plus Y, so that's equal to plus Y. Total motion for gear A will be plus X plus Y, so that's X plus Y, and total motion for gear B is plus Y minus TA upon TB into X. Do not forget that for calculating total motion, step number 2 and step number 3 are to be added together. Now, if two conditions about rotation of any two elements are known, then speed of third element can be obtained using this table of motion.